Hi, yogis. My name is Liz, and I am a graduate of Crystal Gray's 200-hour yoga teacher training, and I am currently enrolled in her 500-hour. As I think you're all very well aware, especially over the past 2 years, we as a society have been bombarded by negativity. It's everywhere. It comes at you from every angle. You cannot turn on your TV. You can't look at your phone without some negative message just boom right there in your face. It's everywhere you turn. As human beings, we really can only take so much of this. And eventually, we begin to close off. We close our bodies off, we close our hearts off, and we close our minds off, which is such a bad place to be in because you eventually will just start to shut down. You will feel physically ill, you can feel mentally not right, you're just generally overall unhappy. And there are some things, though, that we can do to help with that. One would be stop watching the news, turn your TV off. But you can also do yoga. And yoga is an amazing practice. And the practice that I have for you today is all about opening your body and opening your mind. Because once we can reconnect to ourselves and open up our bodies, we're going to physically feel better. When we open up our hearts, we will be happier. And when we open up our minds, we'll be open to positivity and possibilities. And once we have done all of that, we are going to overall be happier and more positive people. And we can take that and share that positivity with others and try to help heal this world a little bit. So please join me on the mat. And you will probably want to have two blocks with you today and maybe a blanket or a pillow, a couch cushion, anything that you might want to use to sit on when we're in seated positions to make yourself more comfortable. But for now, join me at the top of your mat. I'm going to turn to face you so you can really see my feet because we're going to start in Tadasana, mountain pose. So your big toes will come together to touch, or your feet can be fist width apart. You're going to lift your toes, fan them out, and then feather them down into the mat, really gripping the mat with your toes. You're going to want to find all four corners of your feet. So you might want to move around a little bit from side to side to where you really feel grounded and rooted. You're going to stand up tall like a mountain. So have your quads slightly engaged so you don't hyperextend in your knees. Your hips will be neutral, pointing towards the front of the mat. Chest is lifted and your spine is long. Remember, we're tall like a mountain. You don't want to round down like this. We're tall and strong. Shoulders rolled away from your ears, arms resting comfortably at your sides with your palms facing in. We're going to do some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth just to release any stress or anything that's lingering around, any negativity that's in there. We're going to let it out. So let's breathe quite loudly. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out your mouth. Let it all out. Another big inhale through your nose. Filling all up with air. Exhale. Let all that stuff out. Now begin to breathe in and out your nose. And let's just take a moment here to connect to ourselves. So how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling tense? Or are you feeling happy, excited, ready to go? Just observe how you're feeling. Don't try to change it. Just observe. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Next thing, just check in on your breath. How is your breathing? Is it fast, slow, rapid? Is it deep or shallow? Again, just observing. A couple more breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhaling. Feel your body start to expand and open, filling up with air. Exhale, release. One more inhale. Really filling up with air. Exhale, release. Ground your feet down into the mat, and on your next inhale, arms go up overhead, palms come together to touch. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, coming down with a flat spine. Head and hands hang, coming into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat spine, hands to shins, monkey pose. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back and your left foot back, coming through a nice slow vinyasa. Your knees can be on or off the mat here. So inhale, push yourself forward to where your shoulders are over your wrists. Exhale, lower yourself down slowly all the way to the mat. Release your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, really feeling the opening in your heart space, cobra pose. Exhale, release back to the mat. Inhale, tuck your toes, knees on or off the mat. Press yourself up into a straight line. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. This is the first downward facing dog of the practice, so let's make sure we have our alignment correct. So your fingertips will be pointing towards the front of the mat. Your knuckles are ground down into the mat. Shoulders are wrapped, your armpits are closed. You want a nice straight line from your fingertips up to your tailbone. Head is relaxed. Your knees can be bent here. This is the first, the beginning of practice, so your hamstrings might be a little tight. So let's go easy on them at first. So go ahead and walk your dog, bending into your left knee, your right knee, then your left knee. One more time each side, just warming up your hamstrings. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, opening up the backs of your legs. And go ahead and start to release your heels down towards the mat. They do not have to touch. A couple more breaths here, in through the nose, filling up with air. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale loudly out your mouth. On your next inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step, walk, float to the top of your mat, however you'd like to get there. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat spine, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold, head and hands hang. Inhale, arms come up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, release your arms to your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. I'm going to use an affirmation during this practice to help keep us focused on opening up. So I'm going to, on an inhale, say, I am open. Exhale, to receive. And that could be receive joy, happiness, positivity. Inhale, I am open. Exhale, to receive. Maybe possibilities. On an inhale, arms up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold, coming down with a flat spine. Head and hands hang. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose, hands to shins. Exhale, plant your palms. Now step your right foot back and lower your right knee to the mat. Lift up your arms and your torso, coming into kneeling warrior, Anjaneyasana. Let's check our alignment here. Your front knee is directly on top of your front ankle. Hips are squared, pelvis is neutral. Chest and spine are lifted. We're opening up. Shoulders are wrapped. Make sure you're not dumping down into your knee too much. You're really going to put a lot of pressure and you're closing off your lower back, and it could really hurt. So make sure you're staying long, tall. Release your hands back down to the mat. Step your left foot back. On an inhale, press yourself forward, shoulders over wrists, knees on or off the mat. Exhale, lower all the way down. Release your toes. Inhale, opening up your chest, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes. Press yourself back up to plank pose, knees on or off the mat. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, and then step your foot in between your hands. If you need to use your hand to help get your foot there, go ahead. Drop your back knee to the mat, arms up, chest lifts, back into kneeling warrior. Right knee directly on top of your right ankle, pelvis is square towards the front, not dumping down in the lower back, lifting up tall. shoulders wrapped, breathing, smiling. Smiling is good for you. Release your hands to the mat, lift your back knee, and step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold, head and hands hang. Inhale, arms up, out, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, release your arms to your sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. One big cleansing breath here. I am open. Exhale to receive. Inhale, arms up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, come down with a flat back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, monkey pose. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back, knee drops to the earth. Lift up your arms and your torso, back into kneeling warrior. Check your front knees over directly on top of your ankle. Chest is lifted, arms lifted. Breathing and smiling. Release your hands to the mat. Step your right foot back, coming through a vinyasa with me. Shift forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes. Press yourself all the way up, hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, stepping your foot forward, helping it get there however you need to. Drop your knee, back knee. Arms come up, chest lifts. Kneeling warrior, Anjaneyasana. Breathe here. Long spine. Release your hands to the mat, lift your back knee, step forward. Inhale, hands to shins, monkey pose. Exhale, head and hands hang, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, release your hands to your sides. Nice breath here in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, arms up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, coming down, nice flat spine, head and hands hang, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up and back, knee to chest, step your foot through, rise up, coming into high lunge, crescent warrior, or crescent lunge, Keep your back knee bent a little. Check our alignment here. Front knee is directly on top of your front ankle. You are on the ball of your back foot. Back leg could be bent. You want to get your pelvis nice and square. Once you do that, then you can begin to straighten out the back leg. Arms are lifted. Chest is lifted. From here, grab your right wrist with your left hand and begin to stretch over towards the left side of your mat, getting a nice stretch all along the whole right side of your body, opening your body up. Breathe here. Inhale, come back up, release your hands to the mat, step your left foot back, come through a vinyasa with me, or you can rest in child's pose. If you're coming with me, inhale, press forward, exhale, lower yourself all the way down, release your toes. Inhale, opening up your chest, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes, press yourself up, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg again. Exhale, knee to chest, step your foot forward, plant your back foot down, 90 degrees, having a nice heel to arch alignment, nice straight line. Windmill your arms up and open, out into a T shape, coming into warrior two. Now, check our alignment here. Your left knee is directly on top of your left ankle. Back toes are turned in slightly. Hips are squared towards the long edge of your mat, but not so much that you start to dump in to your right knee, or left knee, That will hurt you. So, arms out, gaze over your left middle finger. breathing and smiling. Again, smiling is good for you. It releases serotonin, makes us happy. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh, right hand to your right hip. Open up your chest to the long edge of the mat, really opening, pushing into your left arm so you're not dumping down in your shoulder. It's going to come into side angle. So your right arm goes up straight, or you can take it over your right ear. Gaze goes up under your arm, or you can look forward, whatever's comfortable on your neck. But feel that long line of energy, straight line, from fingertips all the way down to your heel. Feel the opening in your hips here. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, coming right into reverse triangle. So drop your right hand to your back of your right thigh. Left arm goes up overhead, stretching out the entire left side of your body. Oh, that feels so good. Opening up. Windmill your hands back down to frame your front foot. Step your left foot back. Again, we're going to come through a vinyasa, or you can skip it and meet me in down dog. Put yourself forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat, releasing your toes. Inhale. Chest lifts, opening up. Cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes. Press yourself up, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a nice couple of breaths here. In through the nose. Let it out the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the nose. One more. I am open. Exhale to receive. Lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Step your foot forward. Rise up. Your torso and your arms, keeping your back knee bent, keeping your back leg bent. Back into high lunge, crescent lunge. Right knee directly on top of your ankle. Make sure your hips are squared. Straighten out the back leg. Wanting your ankles or your heel over your toes. Lift your chest. This time, grab your left wrist with your right hand and begin to just side stretch over to the right, opening up the whole left side of your body. Whew. Good stretch. Inhale, arms back up. Release back down. Exhale. Step your right foot back, coming through a vinyasa again, or again, you can skip it. Child's pose or sit back on your heels. If you're coming with me, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Release your toes. Inhale. Opening that chest, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes. Lift up, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. One nice breath there. On an inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, knee to chest. Step it through. Plant your back foot down, 90 degrees. Heel to arch alignment. Windmilling up and open into warrior two. I'm going to turn just so you can see me. You stay right where you are. Take your gaze over, left middle finger, right middle finger. Right knee directly over your ankle. Back toes turned in slightly. Hips square to the long edge. Breathe here and smile. Don't forget to smile. We're open to happiness, right? Take your right forearm, placing it on your right thigh, left hand to your left hip. Roll open your shoulders, opening your chest up. Left arm goes straight up or over your ear. Gaze can go up or stay straight. Feeling that open line all the way from fingertips down to your heel. Don't dump down in your right shoulder. Inhale, lift back up, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, coming right into reverse triangle. Left hand down the back of the left thigh, right arm up and over. Stretching out the whole right side of your body, opening it up. Back into warrior two. Windmill your hands down. Step your foot back. Now again, taking a vinyasa, or you can skip it. Up to you. Press forward. Lower yourself all the way down. Release your toes. Inhale. Cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes. Press yourself up. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Go ahead and lower your knees down to the mat. Take your legs out to the side and come to find a seat on your bottom. This is where a blanket or your two blocks can come in handy. You may want to put them under your bottom to make you more comfortable while we're seated on the mat. We're going to come into a nice twist. So this is Vinyasa C. It's a big long name. So your legs will be out in front of you. Bend your right knee to where the knee is pointed directly up. Left leg is out straight, foot is flexed. You're going to want your right foot on the inside of your right knee with some space in between. You don't want them right next to each other. Give yourself a little room. Take your right arm behind you. Now, if you're sitting up on something, you're going to want a block or something underneath your right hand so you're not falling backwards while you're trying to twist. So right hand goes behind you, left arm wraps around your right knee, lengthening your spine here. Inhaling, lengthening, exhale, twisting in. Looking over your right shoulder. If that's comfortable on your neck, you don't have to twist or look that far. Twists are a really good way to wring out any toxins in your body and also any negativity that's hanging around in there. One more nice inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist in. Slowly release, look forward. Shake your legs out. Now bend your left knee. We're going to take it on the other side. Knee is up, left foot inside the right knee, space in between. Right foot is flexed. Left hand goes behind. Right arm wraps around your left knee. Of course, you know, if you have belly, move your belly out of the way so you can really get a nice good twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist in, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, I am open. Exhale to receive. Release the twist. Have your legs out in front of you. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my back. Coming into Possibilites, or forward fold, seated forward fold. So again, get yourself comfortable on your ground down. Move the flesh away from your sit bones. Really ground yourself down into the mat. Knees bent, feet flexed. Chest is lifted and your spine is long. Inhale. Exhale, start to walk yourself forward. Now, you want to keep your spine nice and long. You want to feel like there's a string pulling your chest towards your toes. So you're lengthening out your lower back and your upper back, your nice and long spine. You don't want to round in because you're losing all of that wonderful stretch and opening in your hamstrings. And you also don't want to jut your chin out like this because, as you can hear, I can't talk as well or breathe as well. And we really want to be able to breathe. So long spine, folding in. For more sensation, and if you're ready to, go ahead and straighten your legs out. Keep your feet flexed. Spine long. Breathing here, tucking your chin slightly. Forward folds are very calming to your mind, your body, your nervous system. Calms everything down. Inhale, slowly walk yourself back up to sit. Scoot your bottom forward and begin to roll down slowly onto your mat, onto your back. Bring your heels in towards your bottom. Your feet are going to stay hip width apart. Hands by your side, palms facing down, shoulders rolled under slightly. Going to come into bridge pose. If you've never done bridge pose, please watch me, because once you lift your hips, you don't want to be moving your neck from side to side to see what I'm doing, because you could cause an injury. So if you're ready to go or you need to watch, ground down into the mat with your feet. Inhale. Lift your hips and your pelvis up, engaging your quads. Chest is opening. If it's available to you, clasp your hands underneath your back and roll one shoulder under and then the other. Really opening up the whole front side of your body, keeping your chin tucked, but making sure you can breathe. Breathe. Inhale here, feeling all of that space and openness you are creating in your chest. Inhale, exhale. Keeping your quads engaged. One more inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, release your arms, lift your toes. Exhale, slowly roll yourself down to the mat. Take your knees out, or your feet out as wide as the mat, and let your knees come in together to touch. Place one hand on your heart, and then the other hand on top of that. Let's just lay here for a few seconds. Bridge pose is a very big heart opener. And when you open your heart, you can release a lot of energy, and it releases a lot of emotions. So it's okay. Just sit and feel them for a minute. Just observe. And I really want you to feel all of that space, though, that you just created in your heart. Space to let in happiness and positivity. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Take your arms out into a T. Then drop your knees over towards the right, taking your gaze over your left hand. If that's comfortable on your neck, you don't have to do that. Coming into a nice spinal twist, releasing the spine. Every time you do a big heart opener or a back bend, you really want to do a twist to release the spine. Back to neutral, release any fluid. Breathing here. Inhale, knees come back into the chest, and exhale, drop them over to the left, taking your gaze over your right hand. Feeling that nice stretch and twist all along your spine. Bring your knees back into center. Wrap your arms around your knees. I want you to give yourself a big hug. Really hug yourself like you were hugging somebody you love. Give yourself that same amount of energy. Release your feet down to the mat. From here, we're going to come into a quick Savasana. So if you want a pillow, a blanket, a bolster, anything you want to make yourself all nice and comfortable, go ahead and grab it. Take your legs out straight, as wide or a little wider than the mat. Let them fall open as they want to. Arms out by the sides, palms facing up. When your palms are facing up, you are opening yourself up. You are open to receive. Take a nice deep breath in the nose and let it all come out your mouth, releasing any little bits of anything that's left. Breathing in the nose and out the nose. Feeling your body sink and relax down into the earth. The earth is there to support you, so just let it go. And just drop in. Stay in the Savasana as long as you would like. If you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I encourage you to take that time and lay here and rest. If you're coming with me, begin to deepen your breath. Slowly bringing some movement into your fingers and your toes. Wiggle them around. You can move your head from side to side if that feels okay on your neck. Keeping your eyes closed if that feels safe for you. Take your arms overhead and give yourself one big full body stretch, one last full opening of your body. And release. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and slowly roll over to your right side. Using your right arm as a pillow. Breathing here for just a few breaths. Let your body come back into balance. Inhale, slowly push yourself back up to sit. Keeping your eyes closed if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Going to come into an easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Bring your legs into a comfortable cross-legged position. Move the flesh away from your sit bones. Hands, palms facing down on your knees. Let's just do one more quick check-in about how are you feeling now? Are you feeling more relaxed, more at ease, more open? Circle your hands together in front of your heart, palms touch. I end all of my practices with gratitude, no matter how long or short they are. So thank your body for being strong and flexible and opening up. Thank your breath for giving you life. And thank yourself for taking this time to show up on your mat to do something just for you, to open your mind and your body to happiness. Always remember to be unapologetically who you are and let your light shine bright. Blink your eyes open. Lift your head up slowly. Thank you so much for joining me.